Hey guys, welcome to another Lunchtime review. Today I tried these corned beef Reuben bites. They're corned beef, sauerkraut, and 100% real provolone cheese in a golden crust, and it says there's a dipping sauce included. That's pretty cool. It is a 24-ounce package, 680 grams for the whole box. Let's see if it says anything else on here. This brand is, I'm wondering it's, yeah, okay. So this brand is an actual ALDI brand. We bought it at ALDI. It was $7.99. It says that you get about 7 servings per container, 3 bites per container. So what, 21 Reuben bites? It's not too bad. And then the dipping sauce, a tablespoon, it's 210 or 40 for the sauce. So 3 bites is 210. Tablespoon of the sauce is 40 calories. And there's your other info. So how do you cook these? Well, let's see. You can do it, just making sure, cook from frozen. These are frozen. Single layer in a baking sheet. Okay. Conventional oven. We have a convection oven, and then we have the air fryer. We're going to do it in the air fryer. We're going to cook at 400 degrees for 6 to 7 minutes. Dipping sauce, just thaw the sauce in the unopened pouch with warm water until the sauce is fluid. So that's how you do that one. And you just throw the bites into the basket for your air fryer. And I usually do like half the time. Well, that didn't work very well. No, well at all. I usually do like half the time and then shake the basket just to make sure that they're kind of even. But you know, you do you. I'm struggling to get this box open. Okay, there's that. Okay, I'm glad they did this because I was wondering if they would do this. Hold on. They give you one big, I'm not glad they did this because I thought it was separate. I'm sorry. They give you one big pouch of sauce. The bad thing is if you're not going to eat all these at one time, then you're stuck with this big bag of sauce and you're going to, it's going to be thawed out. So you're going to have to stick it in the refrigerator and just eat it probably pretty quickly. You're not going to want to let that sit around for a long time. I'm going to put this in a cup of hot water just to soften it up a bit. And here is the bites. So I'm going to cut this bag open and probably get, the serving size was 3. For 210, I'll probably just go ahead and do 6, and I'll be right back when they come out. Okay, so here these are out of the microwave, and not the microwave, the air fryer, and you can see the cheese on these kind of leaked out of some of them, but some of them were perfectly fine. So it's whatever. While that's sitting there for just a second, I'm going to show you the sauce. I'm going to pour some of this sauce out into this cup, and it's just in that little hot water in a cup. It says it's Thousand Island sauce, so. For whatever reason, that's what it is, Thousand Island sauce. Maybe that's a thing with corned beef, I don't know. I don't really eat a lot of corned beef. And if I have extra, I can just put plastic wrap on this bowl and put it in the refrigerator and it'll be perfectly fine until I eat the rest of them. Yeah, it'll fill this bowl up nicely. Okay. Perfect. I'll lay that right there because it's kind of gross. So anyway, there's the sauce. And there is the bites. I'm going to cut one in half so we can see what it looks like inside. You could really smell like, you could smell like sauerkraut. There's what they look like inside. Kind of cheesy. I don't really get a lot of the, I don't really see a lot of the beef. Yeah, that's all cheese. There might be some corned beef in there. I don't know. Kind of looks like a weird color. But anyway, I'm going to take these over the table and be right back. So you may have noticed on the box that it has the clover on there. These are out, I think, for St. Patrick's Day. And honestly, I just couldn't do them at that time. So you could actually save these until next St. Patrick's Day because they're good until August of 2026. So literally a year from now, you would have to eat them. So it's quite a long freezer shelf life. I'm just going to pick up, I cut all of them kind of in half just so I could let them cool off a little bit. I'm going to try one without the sauce first. It says sauerkraut, corned beef. I don't really get a meat flavor at all. Like, nope, I don't get a beefy meat flavor. The texture is mostly just cheese. And I don't get the texture, you know, sauerkraut is like cabbage. I'm not getting that texture either. It's like it's really like pickle more than anything. Yeah, it kind of has that very slight like vinegary dill flavor. That's what. So I would almost say those were cheese and pickle bites, and not corned beef and sauerkraut. I don't know. We tried it in the sauce, this Thousand Island sauce. You dip it in the sauce, all you taste is sauce, like literally. Let me just barely dip it in there. So I really scooped. Let me just barely get some. If you just barely dip it in there and just barely get a little bit on there, it just adds a little bit of that sweet kind of pickle relish kind of flavor. The bites by themselves, though, already have that kind of pickly flavor. So adding more Thousand Island, that pickle relish kind of flavor to already pickle flavor, it really doesn't add anything to it. It just kind of overpowers it if you get too much. And if you get a little bit, it really doesn't do much to it. It just kind of lays there flat. I think the sauce is a little too strong for these. Now, all I'm tasting when I dip it in there is the Thousand Island dressing, which is good. Don't get me wrong, I like it, but it kills the flavor of these completely. I mean, which would I prefer? I would prefer dipping it into Thousand Island, just eating the Thousand Island. But yeah, it kind of kills the flavor of these. But I don't get the corned beef flavor in these. Like, not even a little bit. And I see some little pink, like, pieces of what I think would be meat. Like for instance, I don't know if I can hold it up, but there's some little like pinky looking pieces that kind of look like bacon in there. When I chew it up though, it's just cheese. It's just, all I get is the texture of the cheese and literally none of the corned beef flavor. So they really missed the mark as far as the corned beef flavor goes. And even that sauerkraut flavor, it's kind of lost too. They need to like double the corned beef, put actual sauerkraut in them, and they probably would have been good. As it is, they taste like a slightly vinegary, pickly, kind of, just slightly, cheese ball, like a cheese mozzarella stick or whatever. That's what they kind of taste like. And and that pickly kind of flavor is so light that it's really not, I mean, it's there, but it's hard to compete with just the cheese and the breading. And I do have to say, the textures are really nice. The cheese is really, has a good pull and stretch to it with a good chew to it. The breading on the outside of these, at least in my air fryer, they came out really, really good and crunchy and crispy. They work out perfect. I did mine, I ended up doing, it says 6 to 7, I think. Yeah, 6 to 7 minutes. I literally did mine for 4 minutes, shook them, gave them a good shake, and then did another 4 minutes. So I ended up doing mine for 8 minutes total. It worked out perfectly fine. That's what I found from my air fryer. Add about a minute and split it in half and then shake them, and it works out perfect. Every air fryer is different though, so yours is gonna be different. But yeah, really good and crispy in the air fryer. It's just, I'm really, really disappointed in the flavor. The sauce is good, but that's all you can taste when you eat the sauce. It's good Thousand Island dressing. It's very thick. But I don't think that's all you want to taste when you eat these is Thousand Island dressing. Maybe you do, I don't know. I'm gonna give them a 3 out of 5 because they really missed the mark as far as the whole Reuben part. I really think they majorly missed the mark on the Reuben part. But yeah, it's really good and crispy. I like the sauce, but beyond that, it's just whatever. It's just kind of, I could eat mozzarella sticks just as easily. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.